Zombie U was released in the November of 2012 and was one of the launch titles for the Wii U, obviously released by Nintendo. Now, I bought the Wii U day one, and Zombie U was one of the games that I picked up, and I thought the game was great and is one of my favourite zombie games, and as the thumbnail and title of this video indicates, I believe it's almost perfect, and I'll get into the reasons why soon. Now, yes, it's based in London and England, and we don't have weapons of mass destruction available to buy from all good retail stores here. So unfortunately, the gun play in this game is limited. However, it is there, and it's not about that. Obviously, it's available on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, and Wii U. Wii U is the definitive way to play it with the gamepad. It works brilliantly with it. Ubisoft did lie a tad with their marketing. They were in the trailer and promotional material. They were showing graphics and game features that did not make it into the final game. But that's a whole different topic and not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the game that we have now. The game specifically called Zombi, available on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. Okay? Okay. Now, what I mean by saying that this game is almost perfect is that if it was just pure open world and not contained as it is, this would be great. It's got obviously a lot of the combat's not great because you have to hold the left trigger on console or whatever your key binding is on PC. You have to use the left trigger to ready your weapon and then the right trigger then to attack instead of just, even with melee weapons, which can be a bit annoying. But the game has so much in it that's good. The zombies, the environment, the music, don't get me wrong, the Ray Winston sound-alike London guy that they've got that's constantly talking to you does annoy the living crap out of me, and I do wish that he wasn't there. He's always talking to you, always telling you what to do and whatnot, and fine, whatever. But the real joy of this game comes from specifically survival mode, and that is you have one life and that's it. During the standard gameplay, you play as your survivor, and the objective of the game is to eventually get to escape London. However, if you die, you then play as a different survivor, and you have to then find the character you just played as, which would be now a zombie, to get your bug out bag, your backpack. And what's really cool is this survival horror in item management, and you have a storage box that you can store more things in, of course, but you can loot, and you can you have to make sure you have enough space for certain things, and there's a really creepy section in the game which involves you going into a nursery at night. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about, and it is freaky and hell to the no. I mean, I have children as it is, and in broad daylight they're terrifying, but this just frightens the crap out of me. But if the game was more open world and not so I don't know, I want to say story driven, but it's not really, because the story is basically just survive this, get that, scan this, get out, and that's pretty much it. But the interactions with the zombies are pretty cool. You can throw flares and whatnot to distract them, you can perform finishers, you can take them out, like I said, you can loot and get this and get that, and whilst you're looting or unlocking things or nailing doors, and there are some moments of horde, so you can actually have to fight off a horde of zombies. A small horde, I say horde in a very small sense, not in the Days Gone scope of horde, but you do all this, and it's real time, so basically whilst you're doing this, a zombie can creep up on you. Now, if it was just a bit more intense, and like I said, a bit more open world, and remade in a fashion, or if there's a zombie game out that is similar to Zombie but just a lot more taken in the more visceral direction, it would be the perfect zombie game. Zombie is vastly underrated. It's coming in averagely at around like 6 out of 10 on Steam, and I think that's a terrible representation of the game. The game is so good. The game, alright, I say so good, that's a bit biased. I played it on the Wii U and I loved it then. Obviously, it's each to their own. You may like it, you may not like it, and that's absolutely fine. But this game goes cheap all the time. I'm talking like £5 or less, and if you can pick it up for £5 or less, you're getting a really good zombie game for a fiver. You know, you can go around, you can mooch, you can play on the harder difficulty, like I said, so you can... you know, you have one life, so if you die, that's it, you're gone. You have to restart the game from the beginning again. That's obviously for more of the hardcore audience. But give Zombie a go. Seriously, and if you're a retro game collector or someone who just happens to still have your Wii U and haven't picked up Zombie U yet, pick it up. It's a really good zombie game. But like I said, it's almost perfect. It's just if it had just a little bit more freedom within the game to just do things the way you wanted, in the order that you wanted to do it, and mooch around, and if there was like a mode in it where you just literally had to survive for as long as you could survive, where there's also hordes attacking your base and you had to keep repairing your base, and it would be an awesome zombie game. But then zombie games obviously have saturated the market, so, you know, maybe people don't want them no more. And Dead Island 2 has resurfaced, which I'll be honest with you, after Dying Light 2, which has scorned me as it keeps crashing on Xbox Series X as of August of 2022, still keeps crashing. Hence why I've got no review out for it. But yeah, Zombie, I think, is really good, very underrated, and an almost perfect zombie game. But thank you very much for watching the video. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Is this one you've played and you don't like it, or played and you do like it, or is this one that you've never tried before? But again, thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Keep going.